Monday morning. We're going to head into the Zoom room and check in, as we do every week, with Mayor's Council of Guam President, Mayor Jesse Allig of PD. Good morning, Mayor.
Off a day, good rainy morning.
Good.
Hope you enjoyed the empanada.
It's very delicious.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
thank you. Did you hear me eating it this morning?
I heard you eating it. I wanted to tease you and tell you that I guess we're gonna be friends now.
Yeah.
We're trying to make people malaga eating
Yeah, that was good. I really do like hers, and not only because she's Janet St. Nicholas from Santa Rita, but her sister we used to live in PD with a PD guy, and so we have connection that way. So, Biba to Janet.
Biba.
Oh, Mayor, let's just get into it. So we've been sounding like a broken record coming on every week with you about this COVID differential pay that was, I believe it was mandated by executive order.
Sure was.
And so every week, I want to say for the last month or maybe even more, you've been coming on and you've been telling us that you're working with DOA. So we had DOA on and they said, oh, no, the mayor's paperwork's not in order. You said, no, it is. We've submitted it. And then we just had, first of all, last payday, you were told that it was going to get paid. It was not paid. And then we had Bernie Guinness on Friday. She's acting, she's the deputy director of DOA. And Bree, could you refresh my memory? What did she say about COVID differential pay, specifically for mayors and customs?
She said that they were going to get paid Friday. They established some kind of account, and they put in some federal discretionary funds to pay this thing out.
Right?
Electronic fund transfer.
Yeah.
Did you check your? Okay. So that's what was said, but let's find out what.
Because you kind of were making fun of me. It's electronic. It's like boom, boom, boom. It's going in there.
It's electric.
Electronic assistant, right?
It's electric.
Yeah.
So, Mayor, have you guys gotten paid the COVID differential pay as of Monday, 7:45 a.m.?
I don't believe the staff have received it as of 7:45 this morning, but they're supposed to. And so I told you that I'll let you know when they get paid. So we'll move on.
Right on.
Right. Yeah. And, we did hear from Mayor's Council of Guam Executive Director Angel Sablon, and he was actually the one that confirmed that DOA said that they were going to get paid on Friday, at least for whatever the first batch of payments. And then they were going to get paid, I believe, the following Friday for the remaining COVID differential pay. Have you spoken with Angel on what is
we're
going
on the same page as far as what that's supposed to be like. Again, that's what we're told, and that's what we know. What's the real deal? We'll know hopefully in another hour or two when the banks actually deposit the money into their accounts.
And just for clarification, this was never a paperwork issue, because I want to say we have been, like Chris said, talking to you that the Mayor's Council of Guam has been consistent. They've been doing their part in submitting all of the required documents to back up, what your employees are supposed to be paid. But what it was just a funding issue, because you guys were told.
Bottom line.
Right, yeah, you guys were told that, guess what, we don't have any more money. The money was being paid through CARES Act funding, and you're going to have to figure out how to pay it with your own budgets, which everybody knows you guys have been on the front line since last year working this COVID war. And so, of course, you guys don't have the money, because the money that you guys have been using is for paying for gas, keeping your offices open, doing all this stuff. So it's got to be frustrating for you and your
Thanks
staff.
for reiterating that. The council has. You're right. We've submitted all our documents as far as timesheets, and that's kind of why I made that little remark after that one interview that you had, because it really is not fair to the staff that works hard to not only do the COVID work, but the staff that worked hard to prepare the documentation and submit them timely. So I didn't want to, I don't want to, put them out, or at least we want to recognize that they did do the work and we did submit as we were supposed to. as we ought to. And you're right. Bottom line, it was just the funding that was not available, and hopefully it's available today, and hopefully our staff will be able to receive their checks in their accounts today. So we'll keep you posted. We'll let you know.
Okay. Yeah, because my phone's going to continue to blow up until this thing gets paid.
Oh, you're not only
And then-
yours,
yeah,
it's mine too.
Right. I
Mine
also
too.
I also wanted to follow up on the conversation we had with the Department of Revenue and Taxation last week. So, All Rise application, it didn't go online as expected over the weekend. But there was something that Daphne was mentioning, and it was regarding the whole mayor's verification and the acting governor saying you don't need to go to your mayor's offices. And then I think she went to the AG because, that's it. It's in law in terms of the required documents, and it does say mayor's verification. And so from what we understood, the acting governor was like, oh, DRT, you can do the verifications at the end, right, after they submit the applications. But she did say that, I plan on meeting with the Mayor's Council of Guam. Have you guys talked to Reventax?
We're meeting today, so we'll know. I'm meeting with her today.
And
So we'll know after that.
So the meeting is to figure out how you guys are going to do these verifications later, after the fact, after the applications are online or submitted.
Daphne requested the meeting, and so I'm glad that she wants to keep us, in the loop. So I'm not sure the details of the meeting, but we'll certainly share that as soon as it's done.
Do you know how this whole thing is going to work though? Because you still need the mayor's verification, and do you know how DRT, or that's what you guys are going to talk about? Like, how are we going to do this?
I believe that, and I'm sure that's what we're going to talk about. I don't like to, there's so many different angles, and there's so many different points of view when it comes to things like this. And so really what I've asked the staff, the office staff to do in all the districts is really just whatever's on black and white. We follow black and white. We don't assume, we don't give any kind of suggestions on how to do anything. You just, if they need a mayor's verification, you give them the mayor's verification and don't ask questions. As long as we can verify their residency, that's our job, bottom line. But not to give, because, it's such a sensitive topic. And I know that even our staff feel the frustration and the urgency and the need for some of the residents, and they want to be helpful and give advice. And that's something that I just really warn all the staff about is, you don't want to give wrong information. You don't want to give bad advice. And so if it's black and white, then you give it. Other than that, you kind of just want to, lead them to the authority. And if KUAM's the authority, then so be it. If DRT's the authority, then, great. But as far as the mayor's office is, we want to know as much so we can give out as much. But we only want to give out what's black and white, because the whole assumption, just convolute the whole situation and make matters worse. And that's just, we don't want to do that. I mean, everything's frustrating as it is. So we don't want to be part of that that big frustration.
Yeah, I think it's kind of beyond frustrating waiting since December for this whole All Rise demise. To actually happen.
And ever since I became president, it's like I dream of you people, because think about what you guys are going to ask me and how, what we're going to think, what we're going to talk about, in the coming days. And one of the things that I've been considering is the reasons as to the holdup of the expense of this federal aid, right? And we talk about not only the All Rise Act, but we always hear about the American Rescue Plan money and how we have not seen it. One of the things that I'm very happy about is seeing the nonprofit organizations operate or coordinate their summer school programs, and like West Care. And I say West Care because they reach out to us all the time, and through Serve Guam and AmeriCorps, those groups, they continue to work. And it is my hope that they're receiving some of this education stabilization funds, because they're eligible for it. Yeah. And so on top of that, I know I mentioned it on the show several times about the villages receiving education stabilization funds for summer school and after school program. Esta Mapo summer, Tema Mapo fall semester the salapi. Pues, in the end, we wonder, hopefully there's light at the end of the tunnel. Hopefully there's really a pot of gold at the end of that rainbow, because, we're all looking forward to it. And I know you have a lot of, your words are so creative in that it's more than just frustration. But for us, it's like, how do we just, we stay afloat, and how do we manage this so that we can continue moving forward? And whether that's our operations in the office, whether it's providing the programs and the services for our residents, whatever it is, that's just kind of our goal on the Mayor's Council side.
Well, who knows? I mean, you guys will be meeting today. The legislature's going into session. They've got the 2 bills that could possibly be added to the agenda to remove the restrictions, to ensure there's just no more excuses on getting this thing paid. But either way, we'll still call you and bug you this afternoon for an update on your meeting.
I'd like to bug you right now, though, something a little more immediate, Mayor. Do you have any eyes on the Polaris Point situation there? Has it flooded it?
It's not. Well, you know what? I have to say, I'm going to commend Vince Ariola, Linda Ibanez at DPW, because they're always on it at Polaris Point, and they've been doing well, making sure that that's taken care of. So we have not had any issues so far. Thank the good Lord that they're really looking out for them. I do know that, because you mentioned it, I do know that one of our bigger issues when it comes to the Mayor's Council is Molesto down with Mayor Chargaloff. And I know he's always frustrated about the whole flooding in the area. And I do know that DPW has been very proactive in making sure that they're not only there beforehand, but that they're during the heavy rains. And so if in the event they are not there, it's not because they don't want to be there. There's probably something else going on. But I do know that, the heads of DPW are doing good by us and making sure that these waterways are clear enough so that, there's not as much flooding. So no big issues yet, and we're expecting this weather for the next couple of days. So hopefully everyone will do okay. So after this, I'll go change into my bathing suit.
Yeah, put on your boots, your galoshes. Mayor, what about the cemetery update? The tiny houses.
Guess what? It's locked now. You can only go 8 to 4. So now there's a gate, or there's a chain. And of course, I open my mouth, and I want to be proactive and help. So we do help DPR in opening that gate on the times that they're off, because why not? The mayors work 24 hours a day, right? We're supposedly 24/7 workers, mayors and staff. So yeah, no updates on the neighborhood or the condominiums and the new homes up there, but certainly there's more security in the area, as far as making sure there's only one entrance, making sure that there's a gate, so that it's controlled and monitored. So that's a good thing, and hopefully things will look better up there.
Any updates?
But I do want to say there are 2 things that are big for us this week. One is, the Manamco, for me personally, and in PT, have always been a big deal. And so I just really, a few months ago, there was a ribbon cutting for the Elder Justice system or court. I forgot what it was called. Center, Elder Justice Center. And so, we get a lot of Manamco, not in PD only, but everywhere else, calling for legal help, those types of issues with wills and those types of legal documents. And so we'll be sharing some information with the rest of the mayors this week at our regular meeting regarding the Elder Justice Center. And I think it's important because we need to let our Manamco know that they have to be prepared. And it's so difficult to navigate after death, especially for the family that's not prepared for death, one, or the elder that is not prepared to leave behind whatever it is they have behind, for their families. And it could be a simple bank account, it could be property, whatever it is. It just our Manamco, they need help, and if they need help, we want to be able to provide that to them. And so that Elder Justice Center presentation this week is going to be very important. And I'm hoping that our Manamco reach out to us. I know they are listeners, and so we want to be able to connect them to the services that the elected leaders have worked so hard to put together. And so, unfortunately, it's taken this long, but the fortunate side to it is that it's open, and that we want them to be able to utilize it. And then connecting to that is the veterans. And we've talked about veterans organizations coming out to the villages, always asking for veteran information. One of the latest pieces of information they've been asking about is how many veterans do we have in the village? And it's sad to say that we don't know. We can't give them an accurate count of how many veterans are living in our village, and that's because we don't have a count. Mm-hmm. But in speaking with the speaker, she reminded me that there is a law that the mayors are able to include this veteran status in our mayor's verifications. So I will work to make sure that the 19 villages begin to include the veteran status in their mayor's verifications, especially now that so many people are requesting for it. This is the opportune time to update it. And, if we're able to receive their Form DD-214s from the veterans out there, they certainly can give our offices a call, and we can add their status to the verification. Of course, what makes that legitimate is your Form DD-214, one, and then our monthly submission from the mayor's office to the Veterans Affairs Office for their recordation. And so hopefully with that, we'll be able to comply with that public law, and be able to have a number prepared for whoever needs the number for their VA benefits. Right. I mean, we're always looking at how we can help the veterans, and this is at least one small way that the village mayors can help. So we're looking forward to that this week.
Thank you, Mayor, so much for your time this morning and for that empanada.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I think we're good for
Enjoy.
the week.
Enjoy.
Okay.
Adios.
That's the PD Mayor Jesse Allig. It's 8 o'clock. This is The Breeze. KUAM FM, Agatna, Guam, KUAM TV. Here we come. Good morning. Monday, dark, wet, gloomy, thunder, lightning type of Monday in rainy season. Oh my gosh. All right. Please, Adai Talon, it's Biloxi the Maxi out there. It's still dark. It's crazy, sir. It's like 6 o'clock kind of dark. Here at 8:01 on this Monday, the 2nd day of August. This is The Link. Good morning. My name's Chris.
I'm Sabrina. And
we are proudly brought to you by Pacific Points, Calvo Enterprises, iTini, and Jack in the Box. Here's who's coming up. We'll do work week weather with Brandon Idelette of the National Weather Service, scheduled to come on, Senator Clint Rogel, Senator Sabina Perez. We'll also tell you about the first ever Gregorio de Perez fishing tournament. And we're going to go to the Philippines this morning. Yep, they're surging, but we're going over to talk with the medical city about a medical travel bubble that they're working on. It's 8:02 on this Monday, the 2nd day of August. Good morning again from the KUAM news team with the very latest, Sabrina Salas Mantanani. Good morning, Sabrina.
Good day, everybody.